and welcome everybody to SKL. My name is Kevin Big Booty Bodie. With me tonight, I have a close personal friend to my right here, Blake Dezaninator Zanadine.
Ladies, hello.
And to my left, I have someone who I'd consider an acquaintance at most, Peter Crafty Buckeye McKay.
Do I even need to be here?
Yes, you do, Crafty. Yes, you do. Your beautiful face really holds us together. So for tonight, we've got a big game here. A lot of ramifications for playoffs. We've got LandBeforeTime on blue side versus Fellowship of the Nerds on red side for game one. Dezaninator, this is a big game.
Yeah, I mean, basically, well, the only spots that have been actually secured are first by Vicious and Delicious, second by Notice Me Senpai, and third by the Thunder Ducks with that forfeit from IDK. So going forward, this is going to see whether Indecision can keep that fourth spot, having a better seed going into playoffs, or if they're going to fall down. And I mean, either of these teams really have a shot, I think, at taking Indecision's playoff spot. Because if Fellowship of the Nerds wins, I believe it puts them 1 point over Indecision, taking that fourth spot. If LandBeforeTime 2-0s, they will tie with Indecision, which means they will have to play a best of one tomorrow to decide who actually takes that fourth spot. So going forward, we'll have to see, because yeah, the 2-0 for Fellowship of the Nerds, or for the 1-1 split, I guess, from LandBeforeTime with Indecision, is basically what's going to send them into that tiebreaker.
Yeah, definitely a lot of. It's gonna be interesting. It's a lot of stake. There's a lot riding on this game.
But it could be a 1-1, which would keep teams
True.
right where they are,
True.
too. Because
Yeah.
these teams at this level are pretty even, so I'm expecting some competitive games here.
Right, so we've gone through all our bans already. On the side of LBT, their bans coming out are Bard, Malphite, and Viger. All are pretty understandable. That Bard that's often a target ban against Chosgood. Malphite, strong at the top lane, has been used by Herablo once or twice, I think.
Yeah, it's a great initiation tool,
Yeah,
too. So
it is. And then, of course, Vigar. I think by now we all know how disgusting that champion is. And then on red side, for Fellowship of the Nerds, bans coming out, we've got Mordekaiser, obviously, Gangplank, obviously, and Lulu, also pretty obviously.
yeah, I'm very curious. I know we talked about this last time, too. Not really sure about the Mordekaiser ban. Nobody plays it in SKL except for Indecision and Vicious and Delicious. Not necessary ban, in my opinion. If no one's going to play it, why take it off the table? But with that Lulu takeaway, we might have to see Unfriendly Panda go back onto that safe Azir pick he usually goes with. But at least first pick by LandBeforeTime. Response, Jay Frazier finally getting to play that Ahri that's usually banned against him. They pick up Jinx for Baby Trog, which is another strong pick for them. And then they return, throwing Caladir on that Gnar and putting Sharptooth on Janna.
Yeah, definitely some good picks here. Caladir picked up Elise there with the first pick. I think if you were taking statistics for like competitive LCS and even SKL, Elise is probably the most common first pick for blue side.
Just an overall really strong champion, especially since you can build her like high damage or tanky going Cinderhulk or into that Runeglaive. But with that Lee Sin, however, I wouldn't be surprised. It's definitely one of Bozegood's favorite champions. So very curious if they're actually going to select that or not. And they haven't really shown anything else. But Sharptooth sticking with that Janna pick, that doesn't surprise me either. But see Chosgood go with the Morgana as it is locked in. It's going to be very interesting. Good to fight away. It kind of breaks the CC that Gnar, Elise, and Janna are going to bring out towards the team of Fellowship of the Nerds. And True Rice hovering that Tristana. No surprise there either, I guess.
Jinx,
yeah, I mean...
Jinx, Trist, what else do we get? Maybe a Callista? That's all we get in the 80 carry roll here.
Ashe, sometimes.
We do get some Ashe, utility 80 carry.
Sivir? Pulses on that Sivir.
Pulses. Classic Pulses, but...
I do like it. I do like it when we get some of that Ashe.
Nothing hotter than an Ashe in the bot lane. But
unless POD's playing it. Then.
I'm just joking. Yeah, if you saw actually... if we're talking about the show match last night, POD was landing his Ashe arrows, and you guys just weren't around. You guys just weren't around to engage.
He actually, to be fair, he was landing some clutch arrows, but I don't think he ever was like, "Yo, guys, arrow coming in." It was usually just like, "Oh, Peter," or it was like, "Oh, POD, you landed that arrow." He's like, "Yeah, shot it." And we're like, "Oh, well, anyone follow up? Nope. Okay, all right, keep going.
All right, well, that's why you guys are on this side of the microphone and not playing right now. That's why you're not in the SKL regular season.
We trash.
And the final rotation of picks here coming for LandBeforeTime, we've got Tristana, as we expected, and Sharptooth picks up the Victor, presumably for Unfriendly Panda. They hovered the Azir for a little, one of the more comfortable champions for Unfriendly Panda, but of course Victor still strong in the mid lane as always.
That's pretty surprising by me. I'm not really. I don't really know if I've even seen Unfriendly Panda play much Victor, but it's a strong champion overall. But it's with his last pick, I really never mind. They lock in the Maokai. Not a big fan of him in this current meta, but he does do pretty well against Gnar.
Yeah, was one of the most common top laners kind of in early season here, but has really dropped off in this current meta. I don't recall even seeing it once in Worlds actually yet. Granted, I haven't even close to have watched all the games, but still, just what was once a really priority pick of the top lane is now really fallen off in the meta.
Yeah, I mean, last time I doubted Fellowship of the Nerds with their Lulu Garen comp, I was pretty much just crapping all over it, saying it's not good, and they proved me wrong, and they beat Thunderducks with it for their first victory. Anyone beating Thunderducks, so who knows? Maybe they'll make this work.
Yeah, you never know, and I believe in Dazzle's discussions this week, me, you, and Silky, what you predicted for this game, a 1-1, correct, for this match?
Yeah, I don't know what team to give it to. It's like I was saying, LandBeforeTime, we haven't seen them play in a while.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Everyone keeps forfeiting when they're supposed to play them. So, I mean, how are we supposed to know how good these guys are?
It's true. It really could go either way. With they had 2-week break due to forfeitures. First, they had the forfeiture by Team Dignitoast, which is coming to be expected by now. But then they also had the forfeiture by Just Us Guys due to midterms, which, of course, it happens. So it will be interesting. Coming off a two-week break, you can either come back really strong. You know, maybe they've got lots of practice in. Maybe they've had lots of time to just prepare and maybe look back at some game tape or something and maybe fix some stuff if they've really been working hard. Or you could come back from 2 weeks and be rusty, especially if you haven't been playing ranked 5s or be playing as good, just not keeping up the level of competition playing, every week against these kind of teams. They could come back a little rusty.
But which comp are you going to give this edge to after the pick bans here?
I don't know, man. Personally, I'm going to give it to LandBeforeTime only because I personally don't like that Maokai pick. I don't think it's that great right now, but Jay Frazier finally gets to play his comfort champion on that Ahri, so I mean, there's a lot of comfort picks in this game, so it's really, I don't know. Personally, comp-wise, I'm going to say LBT.
All right.
I would also agree with that. Just the Gnar, Victor, Elise, just strong lanes in general. Let's see if they can execute it for sure.
Well, I'm going to go against the grain here, and I'm going to give it over to Fellowship of the Nerds.
You can't talk bad against his boy Baby Trog.
Not my boy Baby Trog, but also simply because in Dazzle's discussions this week, I predicted a 2-0 for Fellowship of the Nerds. So no matter what they do, I'm going to give my in favor to them because they got to make me look good on my predictions.
Hey, I respect that. Standing by your word. That's how it's done.
I try.
But I mean, this is why I'm excited. LandBeforeTime, the last time we saw them too, they actually switched their roster up. They threw True Rice mid. I think Sharptooth's AD carry, Unfriendly Panda went down to support, and I think the other two stayed the same. But and that didn't really work out for them. So maybe now going back to their main roster, they switched things up. They're like, hey, you know what? Let's get some practice in. Let's make it work. And they got all their comfort picks. So I think this is going to be a very much to see who's the more skilled player in this matchup.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think when they switched all those positions around, it was I guess it must have been kind of an experiment. They weren't excuse me. They weren't performing well as a team, and they thought, hey, maybe let's try and change something up. And it just didn't work out. I forget, were they playing against Vicious and Delicious that week? Maybe Notice Me Senpai? I don't recall exactly. Sure. It doesn't matter. And they switched those positions for game 1 and then came back with game 2 with the regular positions. They tried it out. It didn't work for them. And they're back in their regular roles. And honestly, I think that's the best option for them. These are the roles they're playing that got them into SKL. This is not the exact roster they qualified with. This HD 300 came in about halfway through the season. But for the rest of them, these are the roles they qualified for the season in, which means it must be perhaps their most comfortable. So I think this is their best opportunities to be playing their regular roles.
Well, I mean, let's be real. They've gotten some quality practice, even through those show matches. They played against the admins. Of course you're coming out with solid practice. I mean, we're basically the equivalent of a hyperbolic time chamber. Like, we're just giving them all that training in such a short time. They might thank us if they pick up the W here for all that hardcore.
That is questionable at best.
You know what? We might even see them steal that Galio Callista bot lane that coined
That
the Xanator coin.
Nami bot lane.
Yeah, so
Oh
Nami,
my gosh.
that was so good until I got hooked.
Yeah.
But
Until you lost us the
Because
game.
you were playing against a Thresh crank ball.
I literally was like, "Yo, I'm out of range. I'll clear this ward." Womp, and then it was bad.
But as we load in here, we have on the blue side we have this is
Land Before
Land
Time.
Before Time. Caladir on the Gnar, HD 3000 playing Elise, Unfriendly Panda playing Victor, True Rice playing Tristana, and Sharptooth on his Janna.
And on the red side, we have Fellowship of the Nerds coming out with that festive Maokai in the top lanes for Harablo. We've got Bozgood playing that Muay Thai Lee Sin.
Mai Tai.
Oh, Mai Tai. Well, thank
pronounced
you.
Mai.
Thank you.
Maybe.
I've been
Maybe.
sitting here this whole time
Moi.
talking like an idiot. Now I don't actually know what I'm talking about. But he's in the jungle. We got Jay Frazier finally getting that Ahri in the mid lane. Rounding out the bot lane with that Jinx Morgana picks, we have Baby Trog and Shaw's good. I must say, guys, I did see almost everyone on the side of Fellowship of the Nerds rocking that Mastery 5, so I'm sure flares will be popping all game.
I hope we see a lot of flares here. We got a good game coming up. I'm excited. I don't know about you boys, but I'm ready to Marvin Gaye and get it on.
Oh, always. I can't turn down a good little jingle like that.
But no one likes Megan Trainor, guys.
You don't need to like Megan Trainor to love that song.
I appreciate the song, Peter.
That's like saying, you know what?
Crafty.
You know what? I don't enjoy Justin Bieber as a human being, but he makes some good tunes.
I
can't
love
put
what
that down.
I do love What Do You Mean?
Right? Like you can't deny the guy makes.
Hey, there
good
it are.
music.
There's some masteries right there. They must have heard us on the stream.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be going all game long. If I don't see flares popping like every 5 seconds, oh there we go. They're keeping it going. Looking at Harablo.
Oh man.
Classic Jay Frazier.
Yeah, classic Jay Frazier. Now, Harablo breaking out the festive Maokai skin. I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's not even Halloween yet, so I'm not actually a fan of the Christmas the holiday skins coming in yet.
He's got Haunted Maokai as a skin. It came out in for the harrowing, and he's not even using it. I'm a little disappointed. Not gonna lie.
Definitely a questionable decision. You know, some people don't like to celebrate Christmas too early. I think once November starts, you're good, but Halloween's got to pass first because you got to get past because that's the last major holiday before Christmas. So you got to get past that first. Anytime after November, you're good.
Some people are just crazy Christmas
I
people.
know.
Maybe Harablo is one of those guys who's had his tree up since June.
Nah, that's my sister. She's like that.
Like, that's the thing I don't
Now
understand.
we
Whoa! On the
Whoa!
stream,
Shots fired.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
kidding. I love you.
In what way? In what way, crap?
In
Hey.
all ways.
That's a man's sister. But I mean, here we go. We're going into this game
Wait,
here.
your sister's there too.
Oh, whoa! Wait.
Like
Hey!
I heard your sister recently had a baby.
She
Actually,
did today.
She had it today.
Today.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations,
Thank
Dizaninator.
you.
Uncle Dizaninator.
Uncle of the Xanator.
What did they name it?
Dane Stanley Young.
Dane Stanley John.
That's his first and middle names, I guess. Yeah.
And the last name is John?
Witherspoon.
Dane Stanley John Witherspoon. That's quite the name.
Yeah, if they were actually
My
going to throw
new
my
summoner
sister's
name.
last name, they were actually debating naming him Dane Stanley John Gillis Weatherspoon Xanadu. that was at one point a consideration. She actually considered naming the kid Blake. She's like, it'll go to Blake's head.
Yeah,
I'm like,
your ego would have got way too big.
guys, come on. I don't have an ego. Let's be real.
But congratulations. You're gonna be a great uncle to that child.
Thanks, guys. It's on the stream of too much.
You know, I actually held a baby today.
Did you?
I think that is probably one of the. It may have.
See a lane swap actually. I'm actually. What is going on? The game is on. and there's
Wait,
a lane
are
swap.
we casting league right now?
No, we're not just talking. But seriously, I think that was the first time I've actually like fully held a baby.
Yeah,
on my own.
I've never held a baby because
Yeah.
I'm in fear of dropping it. But now
Exactly.
I have to do it tomorrow. They're forcing me to do it, so it's time to man up and drop the child.
Do it while you're sitting down. That makes it easier. Yeah.
might try and fly with it though. Be more adventurous. I gotta be that cool uncle. I gotta set the standards.
Start the cool uncle stuff early.
Exactly. Okay, back to
All
the
right,
game.
all right, okay.
So,
Focus.
like Crafty said, we got ourselves a lane swap here. And True Rice just killing this turret. I mean, this is the thing. Both teams have very good AD carries to crush out these turrets. We've got Baby Trog on that Jinx. You get the attack speed using that minigun. I think you get 110%, but that doesn't happen until level 9. I think the attack speed, I can't remember, they changed it so it scales with your 2. So she will have 110 attack speed extra once she is level 9. Long way to go, but still, get that attack speed steroid. But we do see HD 300 looking for a gank. He's going to land the cocoon.
Does land the cocoon onto Rablo. The bot lane of Fellowship of the Nerds is up there on the top lane with Bosgood there as well. And they might just use this opportunity to take that tower.
Decent amount of damage, but it should be enough to kind of keep them, well, deter them from looking for any kind of engagement.
Oh, but Bosgood looking at it. He jumps back out, gets the explosive charge landed on him, but just going to run away. No. Who do you think this lane swap, who do you think this goes in favor of?
Well, hard to say. So far, I mean, CS-wise, definitely Rablo's picking up that CS. He's got 12 compared to the 3.
Oh.
But, I mean, the turret damage-wise, I think there's a lot more damage onto that top tier turret for LandBeforeTime. They're actually just kind of crushing it. So, it might be a little more beneficial for them right now.
Yeah, and we do, as you see, because we are not League of Legends, we do have a pause here.
We could be.
We have a bit of, looks like we got a bit of a lag issue maybe. Excuse me, but we will try our best to get it figured out. Not that much going. Yeah, confirm Baby Trog is playing this game on a potato.
Yeah.
So that
I actually gave him my potato from yesterday.
Right, I did. Yeah, call that out on stream.
I was a little offended. I was like, is it on a potato?
I try so hard when I'm solo casting the games to not be too hard on you guys because like I know you in real life.
Right.
But
I actually had I ran into the same problem
Yeah.
when I casted their first game the other day, and then I was like, wow, I was brutes magoots to
Yeah.
those guys. And then I had to like tone her down a bit. I'm like, those are still my boys. I'm gonna see them when this is done.
Yeah, you gotta be careful as the cocoon goes down to Crablo as we're back in game here. But yeah, it's hard, and it's especially hard when you guys just get stalled.
We gotta try it. We try to win sometimes, and then we're like, you know what? Nah, let's just make this.
And then sometimes it's like, let's play Teemo jungle.
One time. Never forget the king.
But this will finally be the turret going down here in the top lane. That's the power of a Tristana in the early game. Tristana at any point in the game, really. But just that really is cementing the fact that this lane swap is going in favor of Fellowship of the Nerds, as Kaladir is trying his best in the bot lane here, but is still sitting at only 3 CS, getting him very behind.
That's gotta hurt.
That's gotta hurt.
I mean, maybe this is the new LandBeforeTime we were talking about. They executed the lane swap quite well. CS is pretty much even on the AD carries, and they haven't really done much damage to that bot lane turret. They should get a decent amount down now. However, Rablo did a great job CSing underneath that turret, though. Kind of a Maokai special being able to do that. They push the wave into the turret. I think it's going to reset up in that top lane. So as soon as that bot lane gets there, Kaladir, oh, he's going back right now. He should be able to swing top, and they shouldn't even lose any turrets. So very well executed by LandBeforeTime. Got to give these guys really good props to it, because I think it's one of the first times we've seen it.
I feel like Fellowship of the Nerds rather gave up the CS from the Nard. They'd rather just push the limit his CS, make him the top, and instead of taking the triggers, but we'll see which way pays off.
And Jay Fraser trying to go for a kill here, not really finding anything, just dancing around that mid lane, shaking that booty.
Yeah, missed the little, missed the charm there onto the 300 now. True Rice and Sharpie's back to the ball lane as True Rice, Rocket jumps in onto Baby Trog, lands the explosive charge, but True Rice is exhausted. The Cyclone comes out from Janna, or Monsoon, Twister, Hurricane, Tornado. What's the natural disaster of hers?
I think the ulti's called Monsoon.
Okay, and then that's.
I'm trying to think.
There's too many swirling types of natural.
Zephyr is her bird.
There's too many swirling types of natural disasters. Twister, Cyclone, Tornado.
They should be a little more conscientious.
You know what bothers me is, it's happened on Stream 4, is when you got a movie about like Braum and Glacial Fissure, Glacial Prison, There's another glacial. There's another glacial.
Glacial. Okay. Glacial. Okay. Brahms is glacial Fisher, and then there's
News is glacial person.
no glacial Persian is one.
My bad.
News is absolute zero.
Oh yeah, okay. Too many
But
coordinates. Yeah, Nibia's is like glacial storm, I think.
yeah, I think so. That's her ulti. Yeah, there's just too much ice going on.
Yeah, like maybe like pick different ice adjectives like Arctic, or like Arctic,
Antarctic.
Antarctic storm, like
Frozen
frozen storm.
Bird is the worst.
The first one. As Baby Trog getting chugged by Turas. Flash forward from Sharptooth, so they do pick up the kill. Chawsgood was just kind of out of range, not able to help out his team, and he's just gonna maybe not gonna do what he can here. The TP actually coming in now from Parabolo, looking for the engage onto Sharptooth. The TP comes in from Caladir as well. As Sharptooth does go down, Caladir hops out, and Parabolo might get blown up by the explosive charge here. Rice looking to do what he can, as all members are present now except for Baby Trog. Unfriendly Panda getting chunked out very low here by Jay Frazier, but he goes down the other way as well. Or did he? No.
No,
He did not. Oh, I thought the laser got him there by the end. But Unfriendly Panda going down with Jay Frazier picking up the kill. So I guess if you count the first blood there, that was in total that was a 2-for-1 for yes, Fellowship. Sorry.
Yeah, it was actually a really great turnaround there.
Yeah.
By Fellowship of the Nerds. It might not be
The
done.
flash forward from Chawsgood lands the Dark Binding on a True Ice. Chawsgood there as well, and he does flash forward and will pick up the kill. Now that's a 3-for-1.
Very confused as why True Rice never ulted anyone there. Maybe 2 Might have been 2 I guess. Yeah. That was a little unfortunate, but that was actually a really great turnaround by Fellowship of the Nerds. It looked like True Rice and Sharptooth really had a huge advantage picking up that free kill onto Baby Trog. But the TPs and the roaming there, Fellowship of the Nerds collapsed on that way sooner. Ended up picking themselves up in the end, 3 kills for that, and they should be able to pick up this bot turret as well.
Sharptooth's doing like what he can. He's a champion, he's a summoner. Doing what he can, throwing the shields up for the, as actually Baby Trog, just gonna get out of there, and then picks up the kill with the Super Mega Death Rocket. Very close quarters, and Chawsgood throws a Dark Binding at HD 300 on the way out, but Baby Trog's gonna want to be careful here. The Cocoon not gonna land, just not far enough. HD 300 gonna try and do what he can here. Baby Trog throws up the Zap, but Unfriendly Panda's there well. Throws up the Gravity Field. Throwing out the Death Blaze, but Boskin goes back in and will not pick up the kill on HD 300 yet, but Jay Frazier comes and cleans her up. Boskin getting blown up here by the explosive charge. Dark Binding lands on a True Ice. Zap goes up. Baby Trog picks up the kill on a True Ice, but the Death Laser picks up Boskin on the other side. Jay Frazier going in now. Parabolo gets the kill on Unfriendly Panda with the help of all 4 members of his team. And there's kills all over the place, all still going in favor, for the most part, of Fellowship of the Nerds.
And 4 free kills really picked up there. Baby Trog with the GTA style move, running into the bush, turn around, later, and then he gets the runaway from getting excited. He's got, and somehow they still get more kills as they try and chase down Baby Trog. Land Before Time, maybe get a little bloodthirsty there. Chasing first kill.
Yeah, maybe just get, I don't think HD 300 really didn't look to follow up for the kill onto Baby Trog there. Baby Trog had Chawsgood with him, and I really just don't think Baby Trog was low enough to make it worth going for, and that's really what started that entire kind of the second part of that skirmish.
In both these fights, you really see the mobility in Ari versus the non-mobility of Victor, and it's really paying off here in the mid lane, and it's a much stronger pick.
Caladir holds Parabolo into the wall. Members of both teams are present. Charm misses from Jay Frazier, but I don't think he's going to need it as Sharptooth does go down. HD 300 looking to pick up the kill onto Jay Frazier, but is stunned up. Caladir Meganar is going to run out, but the Death Laser is doing a lot of damage. I don't know if Jay Frazier might be able to get away here as the Dark Binding did land on Unfriendly Panda. Super Mega Death Rocket coming out. I don't believe that landed. Maybe hits some minions. But now Fellowship of the Nerds going for the chaser. Dark Binding hits a minion. And looks like this will maybe settle down here for a little bit.
This game swung big time in a short amount of time.
Very, very big lead already, 3,000 gold almost, and I don't even know what really happened. It's been like a minute. Like,
yeah,
this has been constant fighting.
And it's like they've really just, it looks like they've really just forgone the laning phase here already. They're like, all right, like we've had enough CS and let's just all fight.
We each got 1 turret, so it's laning phase is over.
Yeah.
5-man skirmish bomb lane. That's how we're playing Arab. Everyone get to the bot. We going in. But Yeah, this is very interesting. This Goldie just swings back, and then with second Dragon coming up, I don't think that LandBeforeTime can really fight it.
Jay Frazier and Baby Toad looking for an engage here on Unfriendly Panda. Dark Binding doesn't land. Charm was missed there by Jay Frazier as well. But they're getting damaged down this turret. The Victor Death Laser comes out. Jay Frazier gets knocked up, but the turret will go down, making that the second turret here for Fellowship of the Nerds, and perhaps they're going to want to hang around for this Dragon for a little bit. Ball's good, going to back. Might be a little late if they want to come back for the Dragon right while it spawns. But Fellowship of the Nerds here really building a lead.
Yeah, they've been doing really great at rotating and using their ultis. I mean, Jay Frazier used Spirit Rush there just to push the rest of LandBeforeTime off the turret, giving them the free secure. It's not like it's the longest cooldown on it ever, but that's the thing. Using that mobility at the right time to pressure just to get an objective. They have the lead right now, so there's no need to go blood crazy and start diving underneath turrets. But just using the abilities at the right time to apply pressure, giving yourself free advantages. And now they should be able to get this Dragon for almost free, but Taladir's Meganar bar running out right now, so if he does come in, he's not going to have Meganar for a little while, even if he does GP, so should be fairly free here on the side of Fellowship. I can't see really anyone being able to contest this. He's in really great at taking Dragon and defending it with that execution from Mosquito.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see, like, they didn't exactly get this Harablo fed at the top, but they're really forward.
Sounds good. Looking for the 1v3 here. He actually stuns up 2 members of LandBeforeTime and then lands the Dark Binding on the Sharptooth. Stuff going on all over the place here. As Taladir gets exhausted but tries to hop out. Flash comes out from Jay Frazier. No one dead yet. Teams are just throwing all the abilities out, all the summoners, all the ults just being thrown out here. But to no avail as there are no kills as the Orb of Deception and the Charm do not land. The Zap misses from Baby Trog. And that was a lot of flirtation for no penetration.
Yeah, there it is. I was like, where is it? It's coming.
There we
coming.
go.
Hey.
As the Dark Binding lands on the HD 300 there, and the TP coming in from Harablo from the base. Bozgood finally picks up a kill on HD 300 after getting locked up there by the Dark Binding. And now with Harablo there teleporting from base, got a bit of a numbers advantage here, so they might look to push.
I was just going to say, like, Harablo's job now is to heal for these fed carries. Baby Trog's ahead, Jay Frazier's ahead, and maybe that's exactly what they wanted to do. Then the only real way that they can get ahead is maybe a good Gnarl.
Bozgood just goes for the solo kill onto True Rice with the help of the turret there, and True Rice just caught a little too far in.
This is the thing, their team comp is actually, I don't even know why I didn't pick up on this before. Their pick potential is absolutely absurd. If you land a Charm from Ari, you basically have follow-up Lee Sin Q, you can hit them with a Binding, you can snare them with Maokai. They're really good at picking out those one targets, and like we've seen right there, they were able to catch out HD 300 and they blew the poor guy up. And if they can just continue to get these small little picks, they're just going to keep snowballing that lead, which we've seen a lot of teams actually struggle with, these two being two of the teams. And so it's really great to see them come back from a little bit of, I guess they weren't down too much after that first turret, but they've really done a great job at using this gold lead and applying the pressure to the proper parts of the map. Hopefully we get to see Harablo maybe pick up that top turret soon. Oh, he went B, never mind. He's not looking to play. But Chaw's good, chasing down the friendly banding here. Trying to say hello.
Dark Binding will not land there, but we're coming up on 16 minutes here. Currently, kill score is 10-2. Fellowship of the Nerds up just about 4K in gold. They're 2-1 in towers, and we're all locked up in dragons. But yeah, just funny how this game just kind of slow. Is everything, teams were laning. They got back from that lane swap, and then yeah, it was like all of a sudden everyone just decided, all right, let's blow this thing up. Like, let's get ourselves a game here. Sharpness might be caught in a bad spot.
You know what? Even though Fellowship of the Nerds has 10 kills, we've seen 0 mastery pop, and this is just very uncharacteristic of Fellowship of the Nerds. There's no reason to not. They're doing well. This is the game where they should be like, yo, check me out.
I expect that immediate. Control 6? What is it? Is that what it is?
Control 6? I just want to see him pop it when as soon as his presence is made known. He walks into that lane, just swag.
Hey, guess what? I have only 5 masteries. You see both teams here, they're still just kind of hanging out in the middle. The turret at the top like they go down by now. Bravo going in for the engage here. Victor definitely comes up with the gravity field as well. The Release Hotels up, going in on Bravo. He also gets unfriendly Panda as Jay Frazier picked the first kill on a Sharptooth, but the finish from the Nerds, the number is pretty low, but Jay Frazier going back in, maybe a little too ham as Unfriendly Panda picks the kill. True Race picked up another kill as the duel in the top lane as Caladir actually takes on Baby Chog in Meganar form. And that fight actually went in the favor of Land Before Time. That was a 1 for 3.
Yeah, very much so. They actually were the ones who got engaged on as well. Harablo going ham onto True Rice, but the follow-up didn't come up quick enough. He was able to rocket jump over the wall. He really just kind of turned that fight on their head. Great charm, though, by Jay Frazier to make Sharptooth pull him out of that Monsoon from healing everyone, which was a really great disengage for the rest of the team. He kept everyone away, but everyone walking out of there with pretty low health bars, sadly. It was a great fight there by Land Before Time.
Who was Caladir fighting in the top lane? Was it
Baby Trog.
Baby
Baby
Trog?
Trog, yeah, he won the Jinx there. It was close though, let's be real. He was like a sliver of the health. I think Dangerous Game saved him from a minion auto death.
Yeah, and that must have been, we didn't see the fight in the top lane, but also must have been convenient timing on the Meganar.
Oh, yeah.
Narbar, yeah.
And if he's able to lock her down, even if she, probably know he could have stunned her underneath turret. I mean, if you land that ulti, you pretty much have an immediate stun to follow that up. It's about 2-3 seconds of straight stun, especially if you're taking turret shots.
Was HT300 gets locked up with a Dark Binding, then hit by the Orb and Charm from Jay Frazier, but it's not going to be enough.
I'm really actually liking this Morgana pick at this point in the game. The Black Shield can really help, like either the Jinx or the Ahri before they can get excited and start running around. They will.
Problem is, they really gotta be with the team. I mean, Baby Trog was with them, but sadly they weren't with the Morgana. That Black Shield is huge. Like, they have so much CC on their side that it's really gonna negate a lot of the pick potential that Fellowship of the Nerds have, and it really thrived first. They're the ones getting the pick potentials, right? But it's gonna help them stop from getting that counter engage. I mean, Gnar has just as much CC as Harablo. You're looking at HT300 when you do have them picked out here.
And Jay Frazier may be caught in a bad spot, but will be able to hop out. But the TP was going to play. Did come in from Harablo there. Looking to be engaged. Unfriendly Panda was caught very low here. Forced the flash out over the wall. Sharp was getting low as well. Jaws get going in. Looking for a Dark Binding. Rockets coming out from Baby Trog, but no kills picked up yet as Jay Frazier gets his Orb of Deception back. And Fellowship of the Nerds maybe looking to start the Dragon. I guess they are.
You have to be very careful though. They can easily re-engage with that Narbar showing up there.
And the Victor Death Laser was there. As Caladir's killed Bosgood at some point there, but
sniped him with a boomerang.
Yeah, but the Dragon did go over to the side of Fellowship of the Nerds.
I think he actually got caught in between the boomerang and the Victor laser that was trying to kill the Dragon. He got the skirt.
Ooh, but True Rice with the rocket ship flash going in on Jay Frazier. Jay Frazier gonna do what he can to back out here.
What out of?
And he does go down. Caladir picks the kill.
Two flashes will burn.
Yeah, and I believe, I want to say, yeah, and Land Before Time picked up a turret there as well at one point.
Yeah, just a great job. And now Baby Trog is easily taking that turret. But meanwhile, they're trying to kill True Rice, and he picks up that kill there. Kills everywhere.
Kills. As Choskin goes down, Sharptooth goes down, Harablo might be next here. 3 members are there, and Caladir gets the kill. Baby Trog might want to make his way down here. That would be easy pickings as True Race and HT300 are very low, but maybe with Meganar there, he's not going to want any part of that.
Man, Caladir's pockets are probably sagging down to the ground. That guy just picked up like 3 kills. He's going to be sitting on stacks of cash. He's going to go down, and it's going to make him even bigger. This is really beneficial for us. I mean, Land Before Time have really turned this game around. It's only a 1.2k gold lead all of a sudden in the last 5 minutes, but this has been a really back and forth game. Kill per minute, I mean, keeping up the average. Not quite as good as the SKL admin.
Oh my god. Oh, the Super Mega Death Rock does a lot of damage on Unfriendly Panda, but it's not going to be enough. Without the turret there, Jay Frazier's going to look to try and finish it off, but I don't think, will not have the juice to get there. And just, like you said, Land Before Time really starting to turn this around. Reduce the gold lead, they reduced the kill lead. And like you said, as we've seen from Fellowship and the Nerds before, as well as many other teams in SKL, once they have a lead, sometimes they have trouble just kind of snowballing the lead and trying to finish things off.
I was just going to say, I think you can really see why we were liking that Gnar pick over the Maokai. It's been really strong, and it's really keeping them in this game. Those ultimates are going to be huge. If he misses one of those, the fight can go entirely bad.
Bravo going in here, knocks up Sharptooth and HT300. Bosco does as well, but gets knocked back by the Monsoon from Sharptooth. But She goes down, and it looks like they will just pick up the kill and then kind of back off as the gravity field comes out from Unfriendly Panda to stop them from walking through that point right there. But now True Ice hopping in, throws out the explosive charge, but then backs right out.
Going ham, holy, just jumping straight in there.
To jump in.
But I think the craziest thing is, I love how both of these supports just really are like, alright, we got the hyper carry, AD carry. Both of them rush that Zeke. I love it. They don't even have the Shim or the Phantom Dancer yet, but their supports really prioritizing that item. I mean, Silky should grab that notebook and see that this item is worth rushing, and people are going to prove it. It's so good.
Yeah, when you have the Tristana and the Jinx, it's definitely important, and especially just with the way this game has been going, it was kind of still more of a conservative game. You might not want to rush that much. HT300 just gets caught in a choke point there and gets melted down. As I was saying, in a game like this where it's so frantic and there's kills going all over the place, Bosgood flashes in here, trying to pick up a kill onto someone. True Ice flanking to the left, might want to go in here onto Jay Frazier. Throws up the explosive charge. Throwing rockets out onto Parablo. Rocket jumps in here, might be able to finish off a kill and will kill Parablo. I don't know if Jay Frazier will be next. You see Cavalier throwing the house and charge with a baby strong. Oscar there as well. True Ice hops in again right on top of 3 members of Fellowship of the Nerds. I don't know if that was a great idea. Baby Strong throws up the Super Mega Death Rocket, but Unfriendly Panda picks up the kill onto Chosgood. And surprisingly, True Ice did not go down there after hopping in. But there we go. Sharp Tooth's very low. Baby Chog gonna want to pick up Caladia here pretty quickly. But True Ice may be able to fight him off. Unfriendly Panda there as well, but Bosgood goes in, picking up the kill on a True Ice, and Baby Chog's gonna want to come around. Jay Frazier there as well. Misses the charm on Unfriendly Panda, but Bosgood and Baby Chog are there, but HT300 picked up the kill onto Jay Frazier there as well. As Bosgood going on Caladir now, but he didn't make it. It looks like HT300 will pick up the kill, and Baby Chog's gonna back off.
This game is just bloodthirsty. Like, you think you can get out with 0 health bars, someone else is jumping in. Freaking True Ice jumping into 4 people there. Just he's gonna try and gnarl people, or at least use the AD carry insect. He didn't even have ulti available. But I mean, that's where we saw Zeke's pop rod. True Ice, he just throwing those crits out, just dummying people out there. But yeah, but see, it all started with that pick potential. They killed Sharptooth in the jungle earlier. They go on, fast forward, hit HT300 with those picks. It's doing a lot of work for Fellowship of the Nerds.
It's a fight that really never ends. 30 kills in 25 minutes already. And I don't really know what's going to happen next. There's going to be a big fight at Drag in 1 minute. I can already see it coming.
Hey, we promised quality League of Legends play, and we gonna deliver. This has nothing to do with them. This is all scripted. Just so you guys, just kidding. But it's very well done. I mean, I'm loving this game, and this is just showing these teams want that higher playoff spot. Seed yourself better. I mean, basically, loser of this series. Well, actually, I think it's LandBeforeTime need to 2-0 this, or they will pretty much secure themselves 6th spot, and they'll have to go against Thunder Ducks in that first round of our quarterfinals. Now, nobody wants to go against the Thunder Ducks.
Wouldn't they be going against?
No, first and second after 5.
Oh! As Sharptooth goes down here, but the 3-man gnarled into the wall. Parablo flashes out of it, but Jay Frazier's going to be the next to go down with the kill being picked up from True Ice. And Baby Chog's going to get in here and start throwing some damage out. Lands the zap on the HT300 as she is in the Dark Binding. And looks like the members of LandBeforeTime here will back off after trading 1 for 1. Great Gnar ult there for Caladir, just popping 3 members into the wall. And Dragon is live here. I don't know if Fellowship of the Nerds are going to want to take it here. They're going to clean out some vision first, but they might be. Boz get a little low, and members of LandBeforeTime lurking. Just going to see. Looks like they won't go for it yet, but the TP is coming in from Caladir. Looks like as the engage going in here. Parablo going in on Unfriendly Panda. HT300 repels back down. Doing it out with Bosgood. Baby Chog picks up the first kill, but Bosgood goes down next. 3 members of Fellowship of the Nerds. The shutdown. Baby Chog with Baby Chog dead. This would be a good time for LandBeforeTime to capitalize this. True Ice is hopping around everyone, just throwing out rocks, picking up kills. That's the dub.
Goomba Stomp.
The Goomba Stomp. Picking up the kill. And Jay Frazier, the only member left alive, full health. He's probably just going to want to pick up this farm and then back out. And this should be the dragon here for LandBeforeTime.
Very interesting fight there. I actually thought they had the number advantage. They had the rest of LandBeforeTime really push where they want them in between their turret and them. But somehow with that TP from Caladir, he just comes in, he causes a bit of ruckus. He does go down, but the rest of his team cleaning up as True Right just jumping around like the guy's got freaking ants in his pants. He's jumping on everybody.
Yeah, really all over the place with those rocket jumps, but it's paying off. He picked up a double kill in that last team fight. And really, once Baby Trog was down, that was really the end of that fight for Fellowship of the Nerds.
You really see this Janna go down quickly, though. She doesn't really, don't really see her use that ultimate because she's dead too fast. The Jinx crits are just coming in too plentiful and not really able to do much, but True Rice jumping around doesn't even need the Janna.
It doesn't give him the Zeeks though. That's the only unfortunate thing. I mean, that 100% crit chance is always beautiful. I guess he only has 90, as he does have that static shiv instead. But Caladir might go Magnar.
Caladir and Boz could run each other into the jungle there, but Caladir with the Magnar just gonna. Boz is gonna back up, but getting slowed down here by 4 members of LandBeforeTime, and just goes for the Gnarl and picks up 2 of them, but that will be the end for Caladir as Baby Trog picks up the kill. Just unfortunately caught in the middle of 4 members of Fellowship of the Nerds. Other members of LandBeforeTime are lurking. Sharptooth shows himself, but will they look to bear it?
A little scary. I mean, it's always hard to go for it when the junglers are so up.
Ozzy going a little ham here, flashes in against the 2, but Unfriendly Panda goes down very quickly. It looks like HT200 will flash up the wall. The big present comes out from Bravo, but the Janna ult knocks members back, exhaust onto Sharptooth. Shawsgood picks up the kill. Bozgood still really far in, gets cocooned, but HT200 will go down, and that is a clean ace here for Fellowship of the Nerds, and since they are already in the base, they will take the base. I believe the turret did actually take down Jay Frazier. Actually, 2 kills for the turret there. Both kill credits going over to HT300, picking up 2 from the grave. They're going to want to Caladir here. Might want to. Yeah, they'll take the inhibitor, and then they'll back out. Caladir might get Meganar in time. The Dark Binding goes out. Caladir hops in, and actually he will pick up the kill here onto Herablo. Unfortunately, Herablo sticking around a little too long, and just. Fellowship picked up the ace there, but then 2 died to the turret.
So it's really a 3 for 5.
But they did get the inhibitor turret and the inhibitor. Yeah. So I'd say overall still works.
That's a very good pick though. They end up getting Caladir. He is Meganar. Couldn't go anywhere. They flanked him. And that Bozgood flashing in, making sure he gets that kick onto Unfriendly Panda into his team. And then he snipes out True Rice with that Q, man. He has been on fire, just sniping out those low health targets. But they're going to try and go for Baron here. Very questionable. The rest of the Fellowship of the Nerds starting to collapse. But this thing is going down very good.
Half health. Looks like Bozgood is there to try for the seal. Comes in there as well. It's getting very low here. And it does go over to LandBeforeTime as Bozgood hops into the pit. Unfriendly Panda gets a little Baby Trog picks his first kill, but is getting chunked out very heavily. He's got to back out into a Sharptooth picks him up, and the shutdown, there it is, but the kill, True Rice does go down after picking the kill, and Shawsgood will go down next to Unfriendly Panda. And Jay Frazier just going to back.
Not bad for Baron. The good thing is they already had the wave pushing very hard for them, but that was actually a really nice job by LandBeforeTime. The Resonating Strike, they land on the True Rice, they immediately stop doing there, and they don't want to give him a chance to jump in and smite. So then he buster shots him farther away, and they immediately turn and burst it down. Bozgood not able to get close enough to use that smite. Very well played, and then they fight that really great. And then that crit onto Baby Trog from True Rice, putting him in the grave early, but a very good fight by both. But in the end, I think they're really going to need this Baron buff. Not sure if they're going to be able to do much, as they're going to have to push against the wave of super minions. It's going to be very hard for them to pick up any objectives with that.
We do have some analysis coming in from Silky Mittens, saying, this was directed at you, Designator, saying that if Sharptooth had went Mikhail's Crucible first instead of Zeke's, that LBT would be having a much better time. How do you respond to that?
Oh, he said that way earlier, and see, me trying to be the bigger man, I kept my comment to myself, because the fight after that, True Rice got his Zeke's proc, and he crit 3 times in a row, destroying Baby Trog. So
right.
I didn't want to bring it up, but you're making me. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it would help, but there's also a thing called dodging skill shots. You're going to be able to do that too. You got to ward up your jungle. You can say that about anything, but enabling your carries is very important, and I understand you don't like to do that. That's okay. We all have different playstyles. But I mean, going forward, the Zeke's has been really beneficial for both teams in building up that second item. It's really good. But all I gotta say is I think Zeke's is a very good item to have, especially once your AD carries start to pick up that IE and their attack speed item. And both Zeke's were picked up just as found damage with static shift. That means you're hitting the highest possible peak of damage at the right time.
It does not feel like we are 32 minutes into this game right now. there haven't been too many objectives, like turrets pushed down. There's still inhibitor turrets, tier 1 turrets up for LandBeforeTime, but it seems like a pretty even game. It's been like in between 1 to 3,000 gold for Fellowship of the Nerds this entire game.
They're just going for kills. They're trying to rack up that KDA. It was much before playoffs. You gotta look swole before you go into the playoffs. I mean, I can't say swole anymore. Like going forward, Arablo caught out here. Nice.
We'll back out here, kind of separated from the rest of this team as teams are hanging around Dragon here as it is up in 10 seconds. Fellowship of the Nerds currently have position on it, but with so many members of LandBeforeTime around, I don't know if they're going to want to start. They might just...
They need that Narbar.
Yeah, that's true. Caladir, now would be the time to try and take it with Caladir. His Narbar very low, but it is slowly rising at about half mast right now. But as Arablo gets hit by the cocoon, Spider blows up there, and now Fellowship of the Nerds getting zoned off of the Dragon as these two teams here just hurling projectiles at each other and no one really getting any hard engages.
Dodging skill shots, just what you need to do.
Yeah, but at this point they really have to commit to the Dragon or commit to a fight because they're pushing down a bit late.
Arablo goes in with the first advance. Sharp just getting very low. Arablo very low as well as Babytron picks up the first kill, but True Rice picks up one back. Ballsgate gets to the next one. Unfriendly Pan's going to go next. Caladir goes down as well. Currently in favor of Fellowship of the Nerds as the dub is picked up for Babytron. Cocoon, Troutky gets Cocoon and goes down. True Rice picks up 2 kills. The Dragon goes over to Fellowship of the Nerds, but True Rice is just too strong now, but gets the triple kill, but Baby Trog picks up True Rice, but in return, HD300 picks up Baby Trog.
So in the end, we have Fellowship of the Nerds picking up the Dragon. The inhibitor respawns, so their minions are stuck at the Nexus turret, not able to damage them, and somehow LandBeforeTime comes out with the 5-4 kill advantage as the rest of the minions grouping up and ganging up on the super creeps there. Just unreal. This game is so bloodthirsty, but I love it. But that was the thing. They actually had to commit to that fight because if they would have just dilly-dallied any longer, those minions would have pushed in, but I guess the inhibitor respawn helping them out. But that was actually an off-screen, but that was a great gnarl by Caladir. He actually delayed the engage of the rest of the team by himself. It was kind of his demise, though. They took him down pretty quick, but it was really great to hold the team off while they focused on taking down Arablo.
Yeah, just really crazy there. At the end of that fight, HD300 being the only one left alive. I thought it was going to be like that show match last week where you and I think it was actually a member of LandBeforeTime.
Yeah, it was Caladir.
Yeah. You guys killed each other at the end, and there was no one left alive on screen, and I didn't know what to do. And then the Winions won the game.
Silky stole my penta. Never forget.
Twice, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's okay. It happens. He needs kills too, I guess. I'd like 20 that game.
Yeah, but then we lost.
God, go ahead. Yeah, I'm like, what? Well, I think those admins were 0-10, but they're looking for something.
Really close. That first game last night was really close.
I think that's by far the closest game that we've had.
Yeah, that and that
Ganning.
Was that last week?
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, I mean, we were getting ruffled, and then we came back, and then all of a sudden just one team fight to rule them all.
That was a good time. But you know what? So was this game. This game just all over the place.
Hitting out Rotato, though. This might be a free inhibitor. They're trying to threaten the Baron, but guys, it's not up for another minute. You're going to give up a free inhib.
LandBeforeTime did not eat their Rotatoes this morning, and they will just...
What?
What was that?
Wait, what?
It
said they destroyed it, but it's
Skillos, can we take a look at it?
What?
Rito, please? Rito, please?
What is going on? Did you get it? Confirm? Did somebody confirm super minions have spawned?
It had to have. It said that they destroyed the next.
They did. Is this current minion wave coming from the Fellowship base? Is it
the super minions?
Super minions? Skillos, can we look at the... Okay, the map is indicating that the inhibitor is down. It's grayed out. Maybe just a bit of a visual bug there.
Rito, come on. Come on. How am I supposed to know? I can't look at the map. I'm too busy.
We all think Jay Frazier's running away with it.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was so confused. I'm like, what the hell are these guys doing? Just hit it one more time. Come on.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a visual bug there. Hopefully not too detrimental.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys though. I think these last 2 weeks of games have been like the closest games all season. These teams are finally starting to figure each other out, and then we're getting quality matches. Like,
Yes, we are.
not as good as the SK admin games.
Oh my god. Let me tell you, as someone who solo casted those games last night, that second game was not a quality match. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
It wasn't even fun.
No, it wasn't particularly fun for me either trying to solo cast that. Vicious and Delicious is really sandbagging it at the end there.
I almost picked Yorick just so you had to cast Yorick's abilities, but because I know he's your favorite champion.
They're all of his abilities are the same. It's so confusing. It's like different kinds of ghouls. That's all. They're all ghouls.
They're all omens.
Or whatever.
It's whatever. Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, whatever. But
honestly, if you would have did that, I would have just made a bunch of ham. Oh, but Boz is going ham here. Picks the kill on Unfriendly Panda. A couple of members are there. The choppers come out. Rablo looking to go in here. Calladier gets stunned up and then hops over the wall. Flash from Jay Frazier, but True Ice able to rocket your boy. Rablo going in again with the twisted advance. Oh, they're going all over the place. True Ice, no, does get healed. Will not go down as they take out a ward. Charm lands on the Calladier. Dark Binding lands as well. Are they going to go in on it? No, they're not. As Harablo's there. They're all there. Baby Trog's taking Gromp. I like it. Thank you, Baby Trog.
So, after all of that hype,
Baron?
one kill.
Baron?
He's got the Mega Gnar. Let's see if we can get in there and Gnar ulti before that thing goes down. And
they do with the turret. It's going down pretty quickly. They are there. True Ice coming up. They do pick up the turret. Just as Calladier goes back to Mininar, and it looks like they might be able to just walk away from this from Bosgood. I know he likes going ham, but I think they should just walk away.
Yeah, good pick though by Bosgood to get on Family Panda and really turn that around. I think they could have gotten even more, but one kill in Baron is pretty worth.
Yeah, Baby Trog is overstaying though.
TV coming in. It looks like Bosgood's really just going to be caught out here. 3 members there, HC 300 fixing the kill. Teleport was completed for Calladier. Baby Trog, it looks like he will be able to get out. Bosgood there as well. But Sharptooth's coming as well. Throws out the Twister or whatever. Bosgood though knocks her back. True Ice coming out. Gonna be doing a lot of damage here, but the Charm lands from Jay Frazier. Turret damage being done as well, and Baby Trog. Woo! And Bosgood. Get to that fountain, boys.
Baby Trog's heal saves him after the explosive charge. Bosgood living with 1 health. The flash boomerang by Calladier misses. But that was actually really great by them. They have Baron and they ended up pushing that lane. Sadly, there's no real turrets they can really go and pick up for free, but they can get themselves a free dragon as Unfriendly Panda was needed to clear out all those creeps on those Nexus turrets, keeping those alive because you can't really win a game when you have an open Nexus.
No, that's usually not ideal when trying to win a game of League of Legends. As we're looking to fight our own Dragon Pit here, as Bosgood just gets chunked out as he walks in. Charm and Orb Deception from Jay Frazier, but neither land. As the AD carries now, Baby True Ice doing a lot of damage and actually just picks up the solo kill onto Baby Trog, and that's going to be huge for LandBeforeTime. And I don't think Fellowship of the Nerds are going to want to take this fight without Baby Trog.
After getting Baron, they haven't really been able to do anything. LandBeforeTime just constant pressure on top of them, and they're just deciding to try and fight instead of pushing.
They've really done a good job of having waves in their favor and get the free drag, free kill, and no waves in the favor of Fellowship of the Nerds. They could even push against the Baron minions here. Yeah,
I mean, this is all about wave management, especially late game, because if your waves are pushing, as soon as you get something like Baron, you can just swing over and it's free objective. But LandBeforeTime, making sure to push out all the side lanes because they have super creeps coming in. There's really not much you can do besides camp your butt mid lane and start killing those creeps as they come. But that inhibitor should be respawning fairly soon.
There we go. So I guess it didn't really matter whether or not it got killed as it gets back up. The turret goes down. Diablo, maybe looking for engage here. Definitely Unfriendly Panda, not going to land on anyone. And can you believe this game is at 40 minutes already?
I love it. It's been really fast paced.
Yeah.
It hasn't been one of those games where we're sitting here picking our noses.
Yeah, well, that's only you, just
I feel like if a team can get more than 2 kills in a fight, that could end up being the game.
It really could be, even though
death time might be too long.
It could be, yeah, despite the fact that really no one has picked up, I guess, Fellowship of the Nerds have picked up the only inhibitor turret so far. They've taken the inhibitor twice, but it's respawned both times, but you're right. At 41 minutes, these death timers are going to start getting up longer than 1 minute, and that could start to be enough here. But, Fellowship of the Nerds here, they're in the LBT base, looking to take the inhibitor. A Sharptooth, maybe just caught on the wrong side of the action, you're getting very low. Unfriendly Panda doing what he can. HC there as well. Calladier goes Mega Gnar, pops Harablo into the wall, and Harablo's just going to try and get out. getting hit on here by Caladir. As Baby Truck picks up the first kill on Arturas, that's 2 kills. And looks like a turret went down as well at that point, as Blosgood will go down. Unfriendly Panda picking up 1 kill, but he's very low. The Super Mega Death Rocket actually does not hit Unfriendly Panda. Hits H300, and they're looking to finish off kills here, but they should just go for the inhibitor. And
this is probably game. They have the
jinx.
Yeah, they have the jinx up. I don't really think they're going to be able to push Unfriendly Panda, push out of the base. They have to go B, and Jinx is a monster crushing turn.
Yeah, really just key that Baby Truck was able to pick up True Rice there early in the fight, but they will back off as Caladir picks up a kill onto Harablo, and they will actually back off here after picking up 1 Nexus turret.
I underestimated the damage of the young Gnar there.
Yeah.
But actually, did you guys see that? The True Rice actually went into the back line.
Yeah.
He jumped into the back line, and he actually buster shot Baby Trog, Jay Frazier, and Shawsgood into the Victor's Chaos Storm, and then started fighting Bosgood 1v1 in the back line. Jay Frazier came in, just started dealing a ton of damage. He was being the initiation in that fight.
He did the Gnar ultimate all by himself as the AD carry. He pushed him back. Well, the Gnar had to ult the Maokai, and it really...
Oh, sorry. We're just so into the game. I gotta look at the screen.
And we do have a pause here. We have a summoner disconnect. But you know what? Pausing, isn't always wonderful. But I am.
Let's face it.
Yeah. But I'm welcoming the pause because we need a bit of a bit of a breather here, to be honest.
Actually, though, it's been a crazy-ass game, and...
Deep breaths.
Somebody give me my heart medication. About to explode.
I need some baby aspirin.
66 kills, though. That's...
It's
good math.
Yeah, this
I wouldn't
game's
be able to
literally
do
been
that.
so close all game, though. It's still only 1,000 gold lead. Or, yeah, for the side of Fellowship of the Nerds. And that's been thrown back and forth. These teams are staying so close. But that mid inhibitor for the Fellowship of the Nerds has pretty much been down the entire game. Well, for the last 20 minutes anyways.
Yeah. And at this point in the late game, we're at 43 minutes. Excuse me. At this point, the gold lead, which is at about, like you said, 1K, and it's consistently been that much. At this point, it's pretty irrelevant, as most champions are starting to finish off their item builds. The gold lead is going to start to be, and it's been so close for most of the game that it hasn't really mattered, as teams have been pretty even on their items. As we are back in the game here once again, and you know what? It's probably a good breather for the teams as well.
Yeah, need to reset, pull themselves back in, and get ready to go hard.
Yeah.
I think what LandBeforeTime needs to do is they need to get their side waves pushed and get ready for a Baron/Dragon fight. Get that inhibitor. Don't let any more turrets go. Maybe wait for that inhibitor to respawn. And well, I don't know how long this game can last. It's got a timer on it. I just don't know how much longer it will go.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think this game's gonna be much longer. I think, what you were saying earlier, I think it'll just be one decisive team fight, and I think that'll be the game.
I thought that last fight was it, but
I don't think it was decisive enough.
They're going for that. They're going for that 70-minute late game. I talk about it all the time. We're only 26 minutes away, boys. We can make it.
Only 26 more minutes.
9 dragons to drink.
Oh boy.
Both of these teams do scale pretty similarly, though, with the Ahri, Victor, Jinx, Triss. The carries will do lots of damage as they're approaching full builds.
I gotta say, I would agree with you. Looking at first, I guess, but there's a different the teams scale differently, but I would say quite evenly. Elise definitely outscaled for Lee Sin.
Now, this point in the game.
Yeah, but I would say the Morgana is definitely gonna be more crucial than the Jam, in my opinion.
Black Shield will be huge, but the Gnar ultimate will also be huge.
Exactly.
So really just it could go either way here. As members of Bush and there's getting chunked out here, maybe a little too far in. Parablo forced to flash out here. Fellowship, LandBeforeTime are probably going to want to follow this one. The Jinx Choppers come out. Harbor doesn't have Sharp, which aren't going to land from Jay Frazier. Looks like Fellowship of the Nerds will
Stop
be
the ports, let Gnar push. What?
I think that's what they're going for here.
Caladir is currently pushing mid lanes. Gravy Trog picks up the 3-hit kill and gets excited, but will back off. Kind of thought about going in there, but Caladir looks like is backing now. As Bosgood goes in onto 3 members. Damage going out on Super Mega Death Rocket. I don't know if that hit, but it did pick up a kill.
True Race flashed it.
Ooh, flashed it. Opened her jacket and said, "Ooh, hello." And there's still not
gonna buy a watch.
Yeah, they're still not gonna pick up that turret. But Caladir starting to get into Baby Shark. The rockets for Baby Shark is actually quite low. Force the Flash. Cavalier gets exhausted, but Flash is forced before Baby Shark. He will pick up the kill. Wildcat there gets Mega Gnar ulted into the wall, and True Rice gonna hop in to finish up the kill.
Look at these death timers, 60, 70 seconds.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Thank you.
Yeah. That is
Long time for LandBeforeTime.
That is, oh, but True Rice, Jay Frazier just too far in.
Oh.
An explosive charge, will it finish it off?
Oh! Opa!
It does finish off the kill, and this will be Barone for LandBeforeTime. Parablo is there.
Whoa, are you saying Parablo is not going to steal it with a sapling dive? Man, he might maybe the hero.
That would be the legendary.
He's going for it. Whoa! Oh, no good.
So close. And now he might get killed here by Caladir, as of course Gnar, of course, just going to be doing more damage than Parablo. Throws the house at him, not going to be close enough for the ult. Dark Binding lands, and Bosgood, Jay Frazier, and Baby Drop still not up, as this probably will be inhibitor turn and inhibitor for LandBeforeTime.
I can honestly see them just going for the inhibitor, dropping back, picking up Dragon, going back, getting items, and then doing their final push. They have no reason to keep pushing with the rest of Fellowship of the Nerds coming up. They probably have gold to spend. Get that 4th dragon buff. It's going to be pretty big. I mean, that's their 7th dragon of the game. They're pretty on top of that objective. But on top of that, they just feel a lot better. I'm actually one to say I can't believe how much damage Caladir did to Baby Trog alone. He basically soloed the poor guy out. And this is the top laner throwing out that kind of damage. You have to be very concerned. And he takes a beating too. He's so tanky and he's dealing so much damage.
Yeah, definitely right now that Gnar is definitely looking a little better than Maokai in the top lane. And maybe you think maybe there were some better options that Fellowship could have picked in the top lane instead of Maokai?
Sion. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if Sion would have been better, but I just don't know. I just, with that ulti nerf from Maokai, I just don't see him being as strong. And I would say that Gnar does outscale the Maokai towards the late. I mean, you're doing percent max health with that hyper when he gets those stacks, and it just makes it really hard for him to even try and split push against Caladir. And I mean, if you look, the guy's soloing the AD carry. How do you expect Parablo to survive even though he's tanky?
Jinx going with the solid no boots build, going with the Zephyr instead. Classic Flake selling those. Usually likes double PD, but you know.
Sometimes I even pick myself up a Blade of the Rune King as my
full
defense.
ham,
Yeah, do what you gotta do, but I really love that. He's got the Mercurial Scimitar to get himself out of that CC. They have a backup Mikhail's Crucible to help a team out, as well as Unfriendly Panda has Cleanse. So, I mean, they have lots of ways. All their carries have ways of getting out of that CC. And so, really, he's got 2 options to get out of CC if he gets locked down. And Zephyr is actually really good. The CDR, you know, it's questionable. It's not too bad, I guess, on the Tristana, but the movement speed and the attack damage, plus the attack speed, can't argue with that.
Yeah, and with really all members here really approaching full item builds. This game, I mean, this game is explosive already. Most, almost everyone's at level 18 here. Kind of a couple of supports withstanding. But this game, I don't know how much longer this can go on.
I honestly think that there's going to be a fight at this turret, and this is going to be the last team fight of the game. I don't know who's going to come out on top. It's really going to see who can get the priority targets first. But I've got a good feeling. You know what? This game is so close. I can't even call it right now. Like, these team fights have been like going one way. It looks like, oh, Fellowship of the Nerds, they got the advantage. Oh, LBT, great comeback, they got the advantage. It's just so back and forth. It's too hard to say, but I think this is where we're going to look for our last fight. Caladir saw that Narbar. He might look to engage.
That might be the right opportunity as Unfriendly Panda Death Laser.
We're also waiting on those super minions to come into base here. And I think that they just had the Trist push them in. Now waiting for this other wave to come in. Just waiting for the Doom Shark to leave, and then they'll initiate. Not really sure.
Yeah, I think this game is really key right now. Unfortunately, that bot wave not pushing as much as they probably like. But they've got the Super Tricks coming in mid, which should alleviate some pressure and let them put some damage onto that top tower. Even if you get Tristana half a wave and put some autos down on that turret, that explosion turret is going to decimate the turret. There you go.
There it goes. But not mega. Parablo really just caught in the middle of the team, but Boskin picks up the kill on a Sharptooth, which has been kind of the norm for this game. But LBT pushing here, True Rice picks up the kill, but Baby Truck picks one back up the other way. Baby Truck picks up another one, and now LandBeforeTime, they're turning around, they're going to get out of here. Caladir going to go, Caladir not going to go down yet. There he goes, True Rice goes down, HD 300 goes down, the double, the triple for Baby Trog, and that's an ace, but
That's game.
70-second death timers is that game. Did they have enough time?
They totally can. If the Jinx goes down there, they should be able to use Bosgood as a meat shield to tank up that next turret.
Only one turret to take two. So
True, they do have the one. They're going there, but Sharptooth actually, Sharptooth is Janna. But Sharptooth did go down pretty early in that fight, so we'll be up in 25 seconds.
Buy an IE.
And the TP coming in from
Rebel as well. The inhibitor goes down here. Still 30 to 40 seconds left for most members of LBT. There's the mastery pop.
51
Baby
minutes?
Trog.
Oh, it's the
Baby Trog almost goes down to the turret. That would have been disastrous for Fellowship of the Nerds. But they're on to the Nexus turret now. We're northwards of 50 minutes, and what a crazy game with the victory finally going over to Fellowship of the Nerds.
Hair-pulling chaos.
Woo!
Kevin just in there has to take a breath. And,
Yeah, there it is.
So the good news, actually, with this win, though, is we have no tiebreakers. There's no possibility of any tiebreakers happening with the standings. Because the only way it
I
had
get
to
no
happen...
Friday night.
Yeah, LBT would have had to win that game for there to force the tiebreaker, getting both wins. But honestly, I think LandBeforeTime now, living or dying by True Rice. He jumps in after their team had won that team fight. I would say they could have picked up a free inhibitor. Nah, he wanted that kill onto Baby Trog. He jumps in there, but he gets out of range, turns around, pops the rockets, and just let Baby Trog go nuts. And he picks up a triple kill and leads his team down the mid lane. They win the game.
Oh, yeah, just a really just crazy team fight at the end there, man. Like, I popped
This is game one.
Popped a molly. I'm
This is game one.
We
Big
get
booty.
one more of that.
Popped a molly. I'm sweating. Like,
Oh, man.
holy, someone like fan me or something. I'd have to take my shirt off here pretty quickly. If we're not careful. There you go. Thanks, Zaninator. But like you said, SKL after dark. But like you said, no tiebreakers now because the best that LBT can do is 1-for-1, and at that point, everything just stays the same as far as standings.
I mean, if Fellowship of the Nerds can pick up that next game, though, that puts them solid into fourth. Oh, yeah, they would take fourth place, knocking IDK down to fifth.
They would, which would be huge for them. So they're
Either
definitely...
way, they are playing each other next round, I believe. 4th, 5th.
Yeah, they will. They regardless of how this goes, they will play.
It just depends who's going to pick sides.
They do have side advantage if they get that fourth place. But yeah, they will play indecision regardless at this point now, though.
That's gonna be a big game.
Yeah, so at this
Rivaled heat too.
Yeah, that's if we have there's any rivalry in SKL, it's definitely Indecision and Fellowship of the Nerds.
But here's the thing with Indecision. We saw them play great against Fellowship of the Nerds, but then they came out flat wheels the next week, and then they forfeited this week. So
yeah,
I don't know, but I mean they've got a week. To, well, I guess not
True.
really. They got a couple of days to really pull themselves together. As playoffs start on Monday.
They do. That's very exciting, and maybe something worth talking about. Confirm. Tell me if I'm wrong, but we have heard rumors of a bit of a roster swap coming in for Indecision.
Yeah, there might be a bit of a roster change. I mean, we're not 100% sure what's going on there. They're trying to figure out their team their team roster, anyways. And that's a real bad thing to have right before playoffs.
Yeah, definitely not ideal timing for that to happen. Because we've seen in SKL that when new players come in, sometimes you need some time to get that synergy. We've really seen it with Vicious and Delicious. They had some internal issues in their first couple games. They had White Sushi Chef playing ADC. They brought in formally. His first game wasn't a huge success, but then once they finally got into the swing of things with him, they just rolled through the rest of the league. So definitely, hopefully that whatever their roster swap is, they've been getting a lot of practice in together because you especially come playoffs when things are going to be a lot more competitive, a lot more heated, you're going to need that team synergy.
Yeah, something SKL admins definitely lack.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would probably help if we stuck in the same rules.
Our shot calling though.
We
all shot call.
Man, that Baron call by POD the other day, I'm not gonna lie. He's like, "Yo, let's do this." I'm like, "Dude, we can't." And he's like,
and then I missed
"We're
my
doing
smite.
this."
And then I missed smite.
Hey, it happens. Hey, but you know what? I wasn't gonna give you flack. That's a problem. It's 50-50. They're their jungler. It's not a big deal.
And to be fair, it's like last night, Vicious and Delicious not playing with their full team either, as they did have the one and only Eugene Bouchard playing mid lane for them.
I hear that guy's actually a Challenger Lux player.
Yeah, he is. Confirmed.
Who knows? He's kid's got a huge ego on him, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Desaninator. But we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to run some ads, but stick around because, after that huge game 1, hopefully we have a very big game 2. So we'll be right back.